I started a new challenge for the month of October to only use what's in my pantry and what I have in the house and try to only spend under $50 for groceries because I noticed I had a lot of food in the house and I don't want it to go bad. I had put out two YouTube shorts this past week kind of explaining what I made for dinners because Sunday I had prepped our lunches. Breakfast is real easy. The kids will eat it at school. My husband will take breakfast with him. I do like a freezer breakfast restock once a month. I shouldn't say just his breakfast because we'll eat them. Like I'll pull them out once in a while and eat them too, and the kids will eat them once in a while as well. But they're mostly for him to take to work. And then I usually don't eat breakfast very often. Once in a while I will, but usually I don't. So breakfast is real easy. And then for lunch, I prepped that on Sunday. I made baked potatoes because I actually cooked them in my Instapot, and black beans, which I also cooked in my Instapot. And I made kind of like a stuffed baked potato with black beans, and I put American cheese on top of it and just sprinkled some bacon bits. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see kind of what it looks like. Very cheap option for lunch, and I think they're quite delicious. I do like beans, so maybe I'm a little partial to that. And then if you saw my shorts, you know kind of what I made for dinners. Monday, I prepped chicken to make for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday dinners. I had made 3 pounds of chicken and then I divided it amongst 3 meals. So I used it for Monday, a pound for Monday, a pound for Tuesday, and a pound for Wednesday. Monday, I made chicken broccoli casserole. For that, I used a third of the chicken, some leftover buttered noodles that I had made my daughter over the weekend. She could live on buttered noodles, but they were just leftover. And a can of cream of chicken and mushroom soup. It was 1 can that was a mix of the both. A bag of frozen broccoli that I had gotten from Walmart. If you've seen my food haul video, you know that I paid $2.49 a pound for the chicken. So for that first meal, that's how much the chicken cost. The butter noodles, I used about half a box. So that would have been, we'll just say $1, just for the sake of argument. The can of soup was given to me, so that was free. And the broccoli was $1.16. So this meal cost me $4.65 to make. And then Tuesday, I made a lazy chicken parmesan. I love quick and easy meals. That's why a lot of the meals that you see me make are quick and easy and ones you can just throw together. For the lazy chicken parmesan, I used a third of that chicken as well, a half a pound of elbow noodles, and half a jar of sauce. I did end up using an additional jar of tomato sauce, and I put some mozzarella cheese and breadcrumbs on there as well. So this cost me $2.49 for the chicken, $1.67 divided by 2 for the pasta because I only used half a jar for this recipe. So that was 84 cents of pasta sauce. The elbow noodles were actually given to me, and the extra can of tomato sauce, I get that by the case of 12 at Sam's Club. So that was 81 cents per can it averaged out to be. So with the $2.49 for the chicken, 84 cents worth of tomato sauce, and the extra can of tomato sauce, which was 81 cents. Because the breadcrumbs and mozzarella cheese were both free, I share that in my food haul video as well. So this meal cost me $4.14 to make. Wednesday, I made chicken soup, which was a third of that chicken, 2 cans of chicken and rice soup, a can of mixed vegetables, a can of carrots, and a can of peas. I ended up not needing the chicken bouillon that I pictured in my YouTube short video. It tasted just fine without the chicken bouillon, so I just left it as it was. So this meal cost me $2.49 for the chicken and 96 cents for the mixed vegetables. The cans of soup and the cans of vegetables, the carrots and peas, were all given to me. So this meal only cost me $3.45 to make. Thursday we had leftovers, and then Friday I made seasoned rice. I cooked the rice with a can of diced tomatoes and some chicken bouillon. And then I cooked up a pound of ground beef and I served that along with the rice. The ground beef was $3.69 a pound, and I used just 1 pound of that. And the tomatoes and rice were both given to me. And then the bouillon cube was just a few cents, 14 cents to be exact. So this meal cost me $3.83 to make. Saturday, I had chickpea burgers. The chickpeas were given to me for free. And then the rest of the stuff was just a handful of stuff I had in my pantry. This is a recipe that we made often when we were vegan. It's Dr. Joel Furman, I think, had wrote the book. It's his Eat to Live cookbook, quick and easy. I think it is Eat to Live quick and easy cookbook. So if you want that recipe, then keep an eye out for that cookbook. You might be able to find it at like a book sale, or maybe post that you're looking for it in your Facebook Buy Nothing group. Someone might have it available that they're not using. There's a handful of recipes that I use in there. I didn't share too much of making this video in my YouTube short because I don't want to get into any kind of trouble, and I don't want to be like, this is exactly how you make it. So that's why I didn't share too much there. And I don't get paid for advertising the cookbook or anything. It's my personal preference, my personal recommendation. So do what you will with that. I'm not saying you have to go get that cookbook or you should. I'm just saying if you want that recipe, then you'll just have to find it in that cookbook. And I am very blessed to be able to have all of this food given to me. I just recently started having it given to me. I had a friend who gets free food. She goes to food banks, and she asked me if I would take the stuff that she didn't use. And I said, well, sure, I don't want it going to waste. So she started giving it to me. And like I said, it's only been a couple months, but I'm very thankful because a lot of stuff is the beans and vegetables that I really don't mind making, and rice. And speaking of that, she did give me a box of food this week too. So let me show you what she gave me. Oh, excuse me, I had some of those leftover chickpea burgers leftover. And speaking about them made me hungry for one. So while you were watching that, I went and grabbed one. Yeah, so if you know someone that gets free food or goes to food banks, ask them if there's anything that they don't use. Just make it seem like you don't want it to go to waste, so you'll take it and use it if they're getting rid of it anyways. So one of my goals when I started this challenge for October was to keep my grocery budget under $50. And I did go grocery shopping once. I'll show you my grocery haul and what I got there. So the only thing that I forgot to film when I did my grocery haul was the case of water. And on my receipt, when I went to purchase the items, I was going to get 10 Campbell's soup cans because they were supposed to be on sale, buy 5, get 5 free. But when they rung up as $1.50 each, and I didn't get 5 free. So I ended up going back in and returning those because I was not going to pay $1.50 a can for soup when I can make it a lot cheaper at home. So my receipt does say that I spent more than that. My receipt shows that I spent $53, but I actually got $15 back. So I think that means I spent $38 if I did the math correctly. So I came in a little under budget here. I did end up getting stuff that I usually don't get, like gluten-free flour. I meet up with a group of people and we do like a potluck once a week. And one of the members is gluten free, so I made him blueberry and banana muffins. And I had to get the flour so that I could make them gluten free. The blueberries I had in my freezer from when we went blueberry picking earlier in the season, and the banana I had gotten for that as well. The rest of the items that I got when I went shopping, I either needed or it was on a really good sale. Like the potatoes were buy one, get one for $1. And then I did get a thing of chicken, like cooked chicken from the store. And I had gotten a bag of salad mix for free. And then I grabbed a $2 salad dressing so that I could eat lunch while I was out. I keep paper plates and plastic forks in my car so that I can grab something from the grocery store or wherever and just eat. So that's what I had for lunch. Me and my husband, we split that chicken, and we actually got more than just 2 meals out of the chicken. So he took the leftovers for lunch. So the first week was definitely a success here. I only spent that $38, a little over $38 maybe, for groceries. I got a box full of free food, and I was able to use up some of the food in my house. If you enjoyed watching the shorts, or you enjoyed this video with the food haul, or you just want to see what I make this coming up week or the following weeks as I continue this challenge and see what I make with the food that I purchased at this grocery haul, then subscribe and keep watching. I plan on doing this challenge for the entire month of October, and I'm actually hopeful and hoping that I can continue on through November to do it.